I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. Opening statements were made today by prosecution and defense in the Sullivan County Court trial of Monticello Village trustee T.C. Hutchins, charged with 2 felony counts of coercion and 2 misdemeanor counts of official misconduct for allegedly exerting criminal pressure to get his friend Kareem McCline hired as a police officer. McCline was accused of concealing past narcotics arrests during a background check, and he was convicted of felony offering a false instrument for filing. Former village manager John Legrecci pleaded guilty in May to a misdemeanor count of official misconduct for his role in the case. Now, if he's found guilty, Hutchins faces up to 7 years in prison, plus a removal from his position as Monticello Village trustee. An Orange County grand jury's indicted a Blooming Grove man on charges that include second-degree murder for a fatal stabbing in the city of Newburgh back in May. The grand jury found sufficient evidence to indict 32-year-old Stephen Hamilton for second-degree murder, as well as first-degree manslaughter and attempted robbery. Newburgh police arrested Hamilton 2 days after 21-year-old Daquan Nugent was fatally stabbed in broad daylight while sitting in a vehicle near Downing Park. Area residents told police they heard the pair arguing prior to the incident. Hamilton was also indicted today for an unrelated knife-point robbery in Newburgh back in April. Local members of the grassroots organization Citizens Action are putting on the pressure to get public campaign finance law pushed through the state Senate and then signed into law before the end of the state legislative session later this month. Citizens Action members have been targeting Senate Republicans, including Hudson Valley Senator John Bonasek, in their efforts to get the publicly financed Fair Elections bill passed. Supporters of the Fair Elections for New York campaign want state lawmakers to pass a reform package that would include public financing of elections, which they say would increase small donor participation in elections and reduce the influence of big money in politics. The push comes in the wake of a series of public corruption scandals involving several state lawmakers. The continuing violence in Afghanistan's claimed the life of a Warwick High School graduate and 2 others from our part of New York State. Major Jamie Leonard, a 1992 graduate of Warwick Valley High School and a 1997 graduate of West Point, was shot and killed Saturday on an Afghan National Army base by a man in an Afghan Army uniform. Also killed in that attack, Lieutenant Colonel Todd Clark, an Albany native, and Joseph Morabito from Hunter and Greene County, who was part of a group teaching Afghans how to be police officers. Major Leonard's relatives were traveling to Dover Air Force Base in Delaware today to meet the casket. It's a quality of life issue that residents in a Matamoras, Pennsylvania neighborhood say is only getting worse. It's the noise that comes from the truck traffic that rumbles up and down Interstate 84 just yards from their houses. The situation's gotten so bad that Margaret Street resident Lisa Babcock has helped coordinate a petition drive. Their goal? Get PennDOT to construct a sound barrier wall along a 2-mile stretch between Matamoras and Westfall.
The noise has become so unbearable. At times you can't even hear yourself talk, let alone talk to somebody else outside the house. You can't have people over, you can't have picnics, you can't have parties, because if you do, this is what you have to hear. I'm worried about, number 1, the traffic, number 2, the pollution, number 3, the trucks coming down off of the mountain that are hitting their brakes, and the asbestos and the pollution. And I really feel that something needs to be addressed. Nothing has ever been done. Time's up. You know, I've been here for 9 years. 9 years later, it's hard to live in this. And I'm hoping to God that maybe somebody will listen to us, listen to our little town, help the people out that are in my little community, and do something that will benefit us all.
Westfall Township officials have promised to send a letter to state transportation officials who are planning a major road replacement project in that section of I-84. But to this point, a sound barrier isn't part of their plan. It was the second petition that Babcock and neighbors have circulated. The other one calls on local officials to close off the nearby pedestrian tunnel that runs beneath I-84. Babcock says it's become a hangout for teens who are doing drugs, shooting off fireworks, and taking part in other acts of criminal mischief. And the Hudson Valley Humane Society is hoping someone witnessed an incident in the city of Newburgh where a dog was tossed from the window of a moving truck. happened Monday afternoon, June 3rd on Powell Avenue, when someone threw a dog out the window of a black flatbed truck. The dog, who Humane Society workers are calling Benny, wasn't hurt and ran after the truck but couldn't catch up. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to call the Hudson Valley Humane Society. Their number is 845-354-3124. We'll see some improvement in our weather, but it won't last long. It'll be mostly sunny Wednesday with the highs in the upper 70s. Clouds return to the region on Thursday, and they will bring more showers with them. Temperatures will be in the range of 75 to 80 degrees. Keep clicking here at Record Online to stay on top of breaking news and get an edge on the day by starting it with the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.